Hi, I'm Jeff Huber from Breakthrough Basketball, and in this video, you're going to learn 5 concepts to shred any zone defense. Many teams struggle with zone offense. This video will teach you universal concepts that flip the script and create great shots for your team. These tips come from championship coaches around the country and have proven successful over decades of use. Before we get started, we wanted to let you know that you can gain access to a free, printable PDF of 7 sets to punish a 2-3 zone, complete with diagrams, descriptions, and bonus tips. Just click the link in the description. Now let's get started.
I learned from running multiple zone offenses that there are certain elements that have to be present, at least for me and the things that I like to do on offense. There are certain elements that have to be present inside my zone offense. Those elements are: need to have a strong side threat, need to have a weak side threat, need to have a post threat, and we need to have ball reversal. So if I'm going to take players and I'm going to put them out here on the floor, the ball comes to this side, and keeping in mind that spacing is at a premium, and understanding how the zones work is going to provide you the knowledge of where you need to go. We still need to have balls on the strong side. We need to have a strong side threat here. We can't have the ball come to a side and not have a threat here. We need a strong side threat. We need a post threat, because without a post threat, you can't get the zone to collapse to the lane, which allows you to move the ball out on the perimeter. You need a post threat. You need a weak side threat. And you need a ball reversal. Now, whether we're going to use our guard as a point reversal, or whether we're going to use a postman as a reversal, is dependent upon your players and what you like to do for your offense. I will often step my post player out and use him as a reversal threat. So if the pass goes from here, he would step out, he would pass here, and then we want again. Okay, we're not necessarily running a pattern. We want a strong side threat. We want a weak side threat. We want a post threat. And we want a reversal.
Let's say you go out to cover. Okay? Now, how would you zone shift? You have to come over. You got to come over a little bit right there. So now you're going to set the screen. Now you're going to come off the screen just like you do in a man. Okay, stop right there. Now you're making this guy make a decision. So you're coming off looking to get to the kill area, or you're stepping in right here. So if he stops the ball, you're wide open right here. Who's going to cover you? You may have to come up, but you got a guy right there. You got a guy on the baseline. Okay? So you want to make the opposite guard make a decision on who he's going to cover. Right? So it's imperative. We tell our players, go right to the outside shoulder. So as I'm dribbling right here, coming off the screen, and I see him, I got to read him right there. I'm going right to his outside shoulder to make him cover me. Okay. Now, if there's a gap right here, you may slide in the gap. So if there's a gap right here, I may come up and slide and pass you the ball right there, because this guy's got to stay in. Who else is going to be open? Yeah, now we pass the corner guy, depending on what he does, or here. Okay, start out front again. So against the zone, we're just trying to make them make some decisions on who to guard. Okay. Good. You're okay. Come back up and set the screen again. Good. Okay. Now what we'd like to have you do when the ball goes there, turn post high. So he had the ball right there in the corner. You were out there. You're going to be wide open here. Okay. Cut. Good. There you go. Good. Good read. That was a good read.
If you've ever struggled to generate consistent scoring against zone defenses, we have the solution for you. Our new comprehensive zone offense blueprint with Coach Schultz provides proven ways to attack any and all zones you might face. You'll learn effective concepts, alignments, and sets to attack even front zones like the 2-3 and 2-1-2, as well as odd front zones such as the 1-2-2, 1-3-1, and 3-2 zones. Coach Schultz teaches you the strengths of each zone, along with their weaknesses and how to exploit them. He then provides step-by-step plans to attack and beat each zone. He leaves no stone unturned in this comprehensive zone offense product that will give you the upper hand against zone defenses this season. Learn more in the description below.
For us, I think motion works really well no matter what the defense is doing. So when we face the zone, we don't change our concepts greatly. We just do a little less screening off the ball. We're not going to set back screens and down screens because you're not really in a position to do that. Our guys are still going to have those free-flowing concepts. They might pin in a little bit more, try and screen the zone in, and then a big might screen the zone in and seal. Spang would be a flash guy. He would also be a guy that'd be great at screening and sealing. So he might, if Quinn's got the ball up top, Spang might be a guy that flashes up into the bubble, catches and tries to look opposite or look and see if he's got a cutter. Spang's also the type of guy that might try and screen. If I'm the bottom of the zone, he might try and screen in on that zone, and as the ball gets to Otto, and as that guy sneaks out, Spang might try and seal that next guy. So as a bigger flasher, he might spend time screening and sealing or get him lost behind the zone. Go ahead. Get the fill, get it swung top to top. There's Quinn with a quick flash. That's a post touch. Great spot to feed the post versus the zone. And let's talk about that here real quick. One of our last things. So great spot to feed the post versus the zone is from deep on the court. We talk about kind of mid lane and below where we're feeding. It's tough to feed the zone from up here where you might be guarded by a top guy in the zone and you're trying to feed into a ton of bodies. Better to feed the zone from down here or throw the ball to the mat up on top. If you can get a seal, whether it's an angle where you're sealing the guy out or Spang might be ducking in right on that middle guy of a 2-3. Feeding from the top or feeding from the low is a good spot to do so against the zone.
All right, so a lot of people ask us with our motion offense, they say, does it work against a zone? And the answer is yes. We run the same offense against everything. Doesn't matter what zone you use against us. We're going to run what we call spots. It's still a motion type movement, but we want to attack basically 6 different spots on the floor, and we want to float in and out of the high post and look to hide behind the defense a little bit and sneak some things in. So here's what we have. We call this spots because we want to hit 6 different spots on the floor offensively. We've got a spot here at the elbow. We've got a spot right here on the block, and we've got a spot in the short corner. 3 on this side, 3 on that side. We want to try to fill at least 2 of these spots every time. We have some just key phrases that we use when we attack a zone. This is a 2-3 zone. Doesn't matter if it's a 2-3 zone, 1-2-2, 3-2, 1-3-1, doesn't matter. We're just going to attack those spots. But how we attack those spots are totally going to be somewhat different but similar at the same time. First thing we will do is we will freeze dribble the top on a 2-3. So we're going to freeze dribble. We're going to dribble right at this guy. We're going to make him play us. From here, we're going to kick it. Most of the time, it's going to be a bounce. Now, is this spot filled right here? Yes, we have a short corner spot filled. We now have a spot filled right here. So now we've got 2 of these spots filled. Got it? Now, at the same time, Brock is going to stay wide. McCord can stay here or he can cut through. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter, but you've got to stay active. So let's say you just exchange with Brock right now. Exchange with Brock. Now we can go into the low post. If we go low post, we're going to go high post. Hit the high post. We're going to look high post. If we go high post, okay, we're going to go high post. We're going to look short corner or opposite. Okay? We're also going to look to score. But we want this ball to have an inside touch. Now, the ball goes here. Now he can dive back to this spot. Now, who just passed that ball? You stay down there. Let's say Caleb wants to come in here now, and he's going to hit the spot. Okay? So this is perfectly fine. So you create your spacing there. You stay in the short corner right now for now. And then you're going to stay in here you got to get out of the lane a little bit. You're going to get in an area here that's probably too close. So he's jamming that up pretty good. So you can come up in here now. You can slide on out, and now we've got good things happening. Okay, everybody got that? So there, reverse it, no problem. Now, you can flare screen the backside. This is where our screening game comes into play. You probably want to flare screen this guy right here on the back, and we'll call this flare out right here. Your flare, you'll get right here. Now, One guy's gonna jump, two guys might jump, but we're gonna have this, okay? You wanna stay wide in that opposite spot, that's fine, okay? Now this is kind of frustrating at first to teach because we have guys that just wanna go to the same spot over and over again. Now the great thing about this offense is this, okay? Let's say you flashed up here. Caleb, you go over there into that third right there. Pass it to Caleb, okay? Now you slide up. Now Caleb, you hit a spot, pass it. You hit a spot. Why don't you slide out? So now we're really confusing the defense here. You can stay in that corner too, that's fine. You don't have to be in there. Now we're really confusing people. They don't really know what we're doing because we don't know what we're doing at this point, do we? We don't. All we're doing is trying to hit spots.
First, let's take a 2-3 defense that traps in the corner. Ball comes here. We're going to trap with the top and with the wing. Okay? Now, what are the elements that we need? We need a strong side threat. The ball is under pressure in a double team. How much of a threat is he? Not much. So we need for you to pop down, become a strong side threat. We need a post threat, which we have. We need a weak side threat, which we have. So what are we missing here? Because we've taken our reversal threat off the top and made him a strong side threat. Again, I like to take post players, and I like players to come to the high post and play in the middle to use it as ball reversals. So we're going to take Nico here and bring him here to be the ball reversal threat. Now you just started to do that. You need to make a decision. Are you going to play him or are you going to play him? Okay? You have to make similar decisions. Okay? Most traps of this sort are going to teach you to come out and play this pass. Correct? So why don't you go out and play this press? So now you have to make decisions, and you have to see what is open against this defense. Because odds are, I don't know too many defenses that if you come from there, that he's going to come here and he's going to play this. So you're now going to come and be the ball reversal threat by coming to a passing angle where we can get out of the trap, and then your next look is going to be opposite. And now they're in trouble. So when I play against traps, I add one more element, and that is I want my ball reversal threat to be in the post, in the middle of the floor, in the post, because it's very, very difficult to play that. Once we have that set, regardless of what pattern you're running, when you get the ball reversed, you just continue with your pattern and do the same things that you would normally do. You can't break your discipline. What traps are designed to do, they're designed to get you out of your normal pace, disturb your rhythm, break down your discipline, not necessarily steal the ball, but to force bad shots and bad passes. So if you maintain your discipline, maintain your spots, and whatever pattern, if you do run a pattern, whatever offense that you're in, as long as you can get the ball reversed, you can continue that.
We hope you enjoyed this zone offense video. If you want instant access to 5 zone sets and 2 bonus zone sets, make sure to click the link in the description so you get access to a free PDF featuring diagrams, descriptions, and bonus tips. Again, if you incorporate these plays into your zone attack, your players will be ready and able to generate great shots whenever your opponent throws a 2-3 zone at you. Make sure to click and subscribe and then click the bell button so you're the first to know when we release more new videos. Thanks for watching.